This brotherly love, the bond between soldiers in combat, is extraordinarily intense. But in combat, soldiers are killed and wounded. It rips the survivors apart.
Still running through my mind daily is the screams of these young kids who've suffered horrible, horrible wounds.
No matter how advanced the weaponry, warriors still find themselves fighting hand-to-hand, face-to-face. Warriors need to be made. Most people have a deep-seated resistance to killing another human being.
You come in direct contact with someone where you can look them in the face, look them direct eye-to-eye contact, as in hand-to-hand combat, it brings a different perspective on it.
In the last half-century, we have learned better how to prepare soldiers for the business of war. Realistic training, building tight bonds between soldiers, harnessing fear, all of this helps the warrior kill. But can the warrior cope?
It took me a good sort of couple of months to get over the jubilation and the fact that I was sort of being treated as a hero wherever I went. You know, remorse didn't come into it for a good while afterwards. But sooner or later, those targets, although they were now sort of gone in history, they were once living things, and they are sort of, or were, somebody's loved ones.
When the battles are over, the warriors go home. How do they make the transition back to civilian life? Do they ever forget?
It's the guilt that I brought home from the Nam that tears us apart, eats at us. You know, it's a poison. It's a slow death. We often say that the guys that got killed over there, they're the lucky ones because they don't suffer. They're not suffering for 33, 34 years after the fact, mentally. You know, that war's like 15 minutes ago for me.
Combat is one of the most horrific situations a human being can be exposed to. And these often give rise to more prolonged and deep and enduring psychological wounds that are oftentimes invisible in the form of post-traumatic stress disorder, depression, anxiety, and other psychiatric disorders that ensue and oftentimes are incurable.
There will always be young men and women ready to shoulder the burden of combat. We expect them to take huge risks and sometimes to commit terrible acts. They will be the ones to pay the price.